Always a great day when we get to have a cookout because that's when your favorite artists stop by to hang out. It's Eliott, and our special guest today is none other than Oliver Tree. Welcome to the cookout.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, bro. How you doing?
I'm great. Now, it is a team effort, so you can't just come and not bring food. So, what would you bring to the cookout that we can all enjoy?
Well, I've got this old ancient family recipe, and that's this hot Cheeto covered corn on the cob. My grandmother and her grandmother used to make this, and it is very spicy. It's very sweet. It's covered in butter, but this is something that is my favorite food ever, and I have to bring it and get you just to get your opinion. Give me a rating, a 1 to 10. I want to know what you really think.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds amazing. I don't think I've even heard such a concoction, and it's been passed down from generation to generation.
Yeah,
I think
it's.
we
I
all need
think
to experience that.
my great great grandmother was the first one to ever do it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing it with us. Can't wait for that. But you also got some new stuff on the way. You just finished the international leg of your Alone in the Crowd tour. You're about to do the North America side. What can we expect? Are you going to make any changes? What did you learn from the international side that you want to incorporate to the North America set?
Well, the show is ever evolving. So I've done, I think, maybe 20, 25 shows of this version of this concert, and it keeps evolving every night. I'm making more and more notes. It's very exciting that I can fine tune it and bring it back to where I was born and in the country that I'm from. Most artists, they start there, then they take it elsewhere. So to get the time to really dial it in before I come back home, it's a very special thing. But this show is a mixture of a movie, a TV show, a concert, obviously, a play. I have scooter stunts. I have stand-up comedy, WWE wrestling, motivational speaking. I've got belly dancing. It's like literally 360 entertainment. So I'm really excited about that. I wrote like a 42-page screenplay for this thing. So it's like, it's a mixture of this movie with this live show. I got a 4-piece band, a huge ensemble. I have, a string quartet. It's pretty exciting to bring this to life now. It keeps getting better and more alive because it is like a mixture of this movie and play with this show. So I've learned more and more ways to make it really come to life and not feel like, there's a disconnect. But I'm also still going to probably do some other tours around the world. I got a show coming up in 2 weeks in Antarctica, and that's something I've been working on for 5 years. So that's something that I cannot wait to do. I've been waiting to do this show for like pretty much since I was a little kid. I've always dreamed of it. So now I'm going there, and then after that, I'll return back to America and get a chance to really bring this show to life out here.
Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. So much going on. But yeah, let's talk about that expedition in Antarctica with Diplo. Where does this rank on like the most unique places you've ever performed? Because I gotta say, I don't think a lot of people even get to go to Antarctica.
Yeah, this is going to be it for sure. I believe that this show is probably like, we're going to be like the fifth or sixth people to ever play in Antarctica. It's in the top 10 first people. It's not a place where you can really play. That's why it's been so complicated to figure it out. So this will be my number one most sought after show. I did play in Bali, Indonesia, a few months ago. That was very special. I've been kind of playing in some unique spots. There's been a couple things where you play inside of like an old nuclear plant. That was a crazy one I did. A couple shows like that where it's something that you never forget. But Antarctica is number one on the list. So, I'm hoping that there'll be at least a couple people there, a couple scientists, maybe some
Yeah,
penguins. We'll
yeah,
see.
yeah.
There's only basically, I think 100 people are coming on this boat ride with us. There's only a few spots left on it, but I'm very excited to get a chance to go out there and just see a new part of the world. It's like the last untouched place. And the exciting thing is that I'm going to be able to use this as a chance to make a documentary of the process and bring awareness, because there's a lot of the ice is just melting away, and global warming has taken quite a toll on Antarctica specifically. And so at this rate, it's melting at a very significant speed. And I got to talk last summer with the drummer of Metallica, Lars, and he's one of the first people to ever play in Antarctica. And he's like, if you don't go now, that's going to be completely gone. So
Oh
it's something
wow.
that I'm going to try to raise some money to, do what I can to try to pitch in to bring some awareness, and then also try to do just a little help in trying to slow down the rate it melts at, because it's pretty crazy. It's about to be gone.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a great cause and definitely needs awareness. But maybe you guys can, I don't know, like have a penguin party pit at your set, like just have a front row of penguins partying while you're doing your set?
I want to see a penguin mosh pit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get one of those going in Antarctica. That'd be awesome. But you do got a lot of stuff like doing the documentary. You said you definitely have this side of you where you also direct your videos and, like you said, your concerts, a movie. How challenging is it to, be the director and like the star at the same time and try to get all the moving parts to execute your vision?
I mean, to tell you the truth, I think the music videos is the reason why I keep doing this music thing. I love music and it's something I would always do for myself. But the thing that really keeps me going is these music videos because my real dream is to make feature films. And I've written 4 screenplays for feature films over the last few years. But the thing is that it's hard to kind of just be focused on a music career and then be like, okay, actually, I'm going to switch it up because you don't spend, 30 years of your life building something up and then get close to where you want to get and then just stop and switch gears. So I'm kind of like, it's giving me an excuse to, oh, I can kind of make a feature film for my live show. Oh, I can kind of make a feature film documentary to go to Antarctica to perform a show. So I'm finding other ways to be able to keep my excitement around music. Not that I don't love it, but it keeps me going. I think that to answer your question, most of the work as a director is really done in the pre-production. So that's why I've really focused and built my own production company the last few years and have been very hands-on. I was already always producing and executive producing, but then I was like, I'm not even taking any credit for it. I'm doing all this work. I'm carrying so much of the weight on my shoulders. I might as well be properly credited. So I think the production side of things is where it really is a big deal as a director. Like my math is so well done and everything is so well rehearsed. Like I film the video before I film it. I film it on a cell phone. Every shot for shot, every millisecond is accounted for. And this allows it to be that if I somehow, let's just say I passed away and didn't get to shoot the music video, someone could they could actually go through and finish it and film it. And it would be very close to the vision that I have. So I think that, it comes down to what we call the animatic or the previs, which you pre-make the video. Then there's also the storyboards and things like this where everything is so meticulous, every detail down to every fabric, every single little thing that's, if there's a room, every single thing that's placed in every single corner of every room. Any specifics, I design all the outfits as well. So it's very much like, it's all the world building and the preparation that goes into it. That's where a good director is great. And ultimately, it's hard when you're in the video to be directing. So you have to have someone running you a monitor and make sure, and you have to figure out the mathematics of how much time do I have to be able to get this right? And how much time do I have to be able to, put my energy into the next stuff? And so it's this game of balancing and making sure that, oh, if I check the monitor in the first few takes and get it to where it's getting decent, I can do a bunch of takes without that and then have someone fly it in at the end and approve it before I move to the next. You have to kind of know when to really put your foot down as well and say, hey, we need to get this better. I don't care if it takes 2 more times and we lose time off something else. This is a money shot. This is an important part that's really in the way I shoot the videos. Every shot's an important money shot part, unfortunately, because everything's so planned to the millisecond that there's no room for, oh, we'll get something else to fill that point because it's short form, short stories. It's not, a music video per se. It's a short film. So it's really storytelling. It's a narrative driven piece. So all of them. That's why it's great to bring it all together with this live show, because since it's so narrative and you can see how all the characters in all the worlds collide and really connect, because it's basically different characters who all are like the same guy from a different timeline and different dimension who all kind of have this head trauma that hit their head and they have this imagination that they're living in this movie, in this TV show. So it's a very fun world where I get to play and make a very meta show where I get to make parodies of commercials and parodies of, all kinds of things that I grew up digesting. And it's something that's kept me really inspired and going hot. Keeps me going full speed ahead.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. Now I realize why none of my videos went viral, because I didn't do any of that kind of pre-production. So
you make videos as well?
Not anymore. Not after hearing that speech. I definitely got a lot of work to do, but
let's just say most people do not need to waste as much time as I've wasted doing these things, But I think that it's whatever. It's choose your own adventure, For me, that's something that I take so much pride in, that I'm like, I'll get better. It's about getting to be a place where you could get your idea across, which is very complicated. And so even just to be mediocre takes 10,000 hours. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
It doesn't matter what you do. So I'm just aspiring for greatness and falling somewhere in between.
Well, you're definitely doing it, man. I gotta let you go here in just a minute, but before we do, I feel like you'll be great for this. It's called Wrong Answers Only. We're trying to make a romantic playlist. Like, say somebody's going on a date with their person, trying to set the mood for romantic times. What's a song to put on that playlist? Wrong Answers Only. It could be one of your songs, which I have one in mind that I think would be perfect, but it could be any song that you think of.
I would say Down with the Sickness by Disturbed. That's been probably my ultimate romantic song right now. I've been playing that.
Yeah,
Take my girl on a date, go for the
yeah.
drive, and put that song on and lean in for the kiss.
That's real love right there. Oh man, that's great. I was gonna say Bounce by you.
I
Put that.
like that. That's a little bit, maybe for when it's just a one night stand kind of moment,
Yeah, 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 yeah. We'll put it on that playlist. Well, Oliver, thank you so much for taking the time, man. Wish you nothing but success on the tour and your trip to Antarctica. Can't wait to see you when you come through the city.
Thank you so much, man. I hope you have a great day.